We're currently in Denver. Our plane was supposed to leave like 5 hours ago, but due to mechanical issues, I guess, or something, our layover has been way longer. Hopefully we'll get there. We finally made it to Redding. We are in Redwood National Park. There's the visitor center and there's the coast. I didn't know Redwood National Park was on the coast. Look at the size of those waves. Yeah, you ain't gonna see any snorkeling footage in this vlog. If you want an idea of how tall the redwoods are, this one fell and goes from all the way over there to over there. You can't even really see from end to end. We're still in Redwood National Park, but apparently someone here raises emus. It amazes me how, even though California is the 11th most densely populated state and has so many massive cities, it also has so much wilderness. Alright, the sulfur works. It smells really terrible here, but it is pretty. This is the view from Bumpass Hell Trail in Lassen Volcanic National Park. This is the devastated area, and those boulders, they're from a volcanic eruption 100 years ago. Also, today's my birthday, and I got pineapple pizza and a shirt that compliments it. Turtle Bay Exploration Park. Alright, now for part 2 of our trip, the Washington National Parks. Mount Rainier National Park. If you're into flatter hikes, try the Trail of the Shadows. This is Louise Lake, not to be confused with Lake Louise in Alberta, Canada. Now we're at Snow Lake. So the only snow I see is way up there. We're going elk watching now, and there's some elk and there's some baby elk back there. We're on the Skyline Trail. Been quite the challenge so far. Alright, this is Reflection Lake, and that's Mount Rainier in the background, the highest mountain in Washington. For our last hike in Mount Rainier National Park, we're at the Sunrise area doing the Mount Fremont Lookout Trail. We're at the top of Thunder Knob looking at Diablo Lake in North Cascades National Park. I am standing in Port Angeles, Washington. But that land over there is Canada.
And you'll see those bait fish break right when one hits the middle of them. Trying to nail one of them.
This is Olympic National Park at Sunrise Point. We are driving through the town of Forks, Washington. You may know this town from the movie/book series and meme fountain Twilight. Alright, that's either an anemone or a sea urchin. I think it's an anemone though. We're hiking the Hall of Mosses at Olympic National Park, and you can tell that it's aptly named because of those mosses. And this is part of the Hoh Rainforest. This is Cape Flattery, the furthest northwest point in Washington and the lower 48. And for our last activity on this trip, we're kayaking in the beautiful Crescent Lake. Crescent Lake is at certain points 600 feet deep.